In a sleepy little town just northeast of Farwell, there's a man with a very interesting hobby. The Bovina Independent School District's very own superintendent, Sergio Menchaca, has taken up blacksmithing. I met with Sergio to see why he chose it and how exactly his knives are made.
My name's Sergio Menchaca, and I make knives out of reclaimed steel. I've been forging knives since, I'd say, 2015. My business, I call it Texas Sage Forge. And the reason I went with that is because I like the way the sage plants bloom before rain, the purple flowers they give off.
Forging knives isn't your typical hobby, so I asked Mr. Menchaca why he chose it and why he enjoys it the way he does.
I was in martial arts, and I knew I was going to have to close down my dojo due to taking an administrator role as an educator. So got into making knives, and once you forge a knife, it kind of stays in your blood and stays in your mind. At least it did with me. I got hooked doing that. Yeah. Everything's a learning process. So when you first start, you're new at it and it can be challenging. However, once you get used to it, it becomes like the back of your hand.
Sergio then took me through the step by step process of turning a hunk of reclaimed steel into a usable culinary tool.
First is steel selection and what piece of steel you'll be working with, what it looks like, what you're trying to get out of it. Then I start the heating process and heat the steel up, heat and beat till it takes shape. If it's not too shape, it's pretty close to shape, I'll take it to the grinders. Then I'll bring it back out to the forge, heat treat it several times, going through a process. Then I quench in oil, and that will rapidly cool part of the blade. So I'll heat treat it, take it in, clean it up, put a handle on it, and shape the handle, polish it. Once that happens, then I sharpen it, and knife is done. I'm sure I'm leaving out some technical parts in there, but there's a lot of steps to it. Every piece of steel is different. So when you forge, you have to know how to heat it, where it's going, what the steel is moving like, and how best to shape the blade and what blade you're going to shape.
Sergio specializes in knives that have a rough, grizzled look in order to give the knife some personality. The only question I had left was how can you get one of these custom made knives?
I get a lot of my business through Instagram. A lot of people will call me on the phone, and that's the way they do it.
This has been Drake Long with News 3 New Mexico, signing off.